Hello everyone, welcome back. In this part of the video, we are going to talk about how to name a group in your start menu for your tiles. So what that means is in your start menu, which is located in the start button, you have these tiles on the right hand side. Mine look all jumbled around. I'm going to organize them and then rename them. So here's how you'll do that. What you'll do is group your tiles how you'd like. So if I want all of my browsers in one spot, move edge, get over here. I have that group here. If I move my mouse right above them, I get this option called name group. All I have to do to activate that is click, and then I can start typing. So here I could say browser buddies. You could be as serious or as quirky as you want. And then I'll hit enter. Well, I'll press enter to lock in that name. And then what I can do now is there's this little handle here, these two lines, which let me grab and move that group wherever I need. And they'll stay together no matter where I move them. So that's how I can name that group of tiles. Now let's do another group. I have all of my Microsoft Office Suite tiles here. And all I'm doing to move them is clicking and dragging them over. Whoops. I like them to be in a nice little grid formation. And to name this group, right above it, that name group shows up when I hover my mouse in this space. I can click, and I'm going to say Microsoft Suites. Now, whenever I click and hold the handle for that group, it'll move them all together wherever I put them. And so if I wanted to make another group, let's put that part of that group. So even though you make a group and you name it, you can always add extra tiles to it. So let's find another Microsoft Suite to add here. So I'm scrolling through my app list now and say I wanted to add Microsoft News. Let's just pull that over. I just click, hold, and drag it to this section and let go, and now it's part of this group. Whoopsie. There we go. So what I accidentally just did there was I created a folder inside of my group by dragging two tiles on top of one of another. So this is the same kind of process like when you're on your smartphone and you're creating folders. And folders are just groups of apps that are within one another. So if I pull Excel and set it right on top of another tile and let go, it'll create a folder. And you'll see that this folder has this arrow here. So that way I can bump them out, so that way they're easier to click on. But they'll all be located in there. So if I want to put something else inside there, I just put the app right on top, let go, and then I can name that folder. So I could say most used. And it'll organize it that way. So I can pull pretty much as many apps in there within that group as I need to. So that way you can have multiple folders per group. So I have my Microsoft Suites group, which is everything in this section. So let me resize it so it looks a little bit more groupish. And then within that group, I have my most used folder. So when I click on that folder, it'll pop out all of the tiles that are in there. So I could then go ahead and just click to open the one I need. So let's review. In your start menu, you can create groups, which are just groups of tiles. And within your groups, you can create folders. So let me name this group here. So I just have this random bunch of tiles here. I'm calling them miscellaneous. And so if I want to add some more to this group, let's just drag over some random things here. I'll put Candy Crush over here just in case. And so this is a group. And if I wanted to condense some of this group to make a folder, all I do is pick my first app, click and hold on it, and place it right on top of the next app, and then let go. And they'll bump down, and I can name this folder and now within that group, my miscellaneous group, I have a miscellaneous items folder. And that's all there is to it. Now, if you decide you don't want the folder, you would right click on it and unpin the folder from start. But if you do that with your tiles inside of it, it will unpin them from the start and you'll have to add them back. So if you don't want them in the folder anymore, open the folder and then drag the app into a separate location outside of the folder, and the folder will close. That way you don't have to then go back through your app list to find that tile again to add it there. Just move the items out of the folder and then it'll delete itself. Now, if you didn't care about what was in that folder at that point in time, you could just right click on the whole folder and then unpin it. It'll get rid of all of those tiles, and then you'll just have what's left in the group. And it looks like you can resize that folder to make it a little wider if you need to fit more tiles inside of it, or if you just like how that looks visually compared to the rest of the group. So have a wonderful day. Hope you learned something new.